Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Male. We have Chris James here with us, and we have Stephen Michael here with us once again.
Finally, Stephen has come back
Oh, you left?
to the AOK podcast.
Hey, man. Hey,
Did you say you didn't even realize?
I didn't even know he
Wow,
was
you didn't
gone,
realize? I
man.
mean, I wasn't here last episode. I mean,
Yeah, man, it started to become a trend.
two.
Yeah, man.
I-
Every
I-
other
I
week
was-
he ain't here. You know what I mean?
I mean, it,
Steven
was,
travels more than anybody else.
I mean,
it wasn't that much.
but
Did y'all miss me? Tell the truth.
miss you?
Did I mean?
Like, hold
Did
on.
you miss-
In what way are you saying did we miss you?
I wasn't saying you did. I said did you, which means you have an option.
But I'm saying, like, did we miss you as in like, oh man, where's Steven? He's not here.
I would not if that.
Or would it have been like, oh man, we could have really used you type of vibe? Or what kind of vibe were you giving off when it comes to missing?
I mean, we're friends. I mean, you know, my energy isn't here. The things that I do are not present.
Okay. But do niggas actually miss niggas?
I miss my niggas.
I don't.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, be real. Men don't necessarily miss men on the same level that they miss other things that aren't present in their life.
You mean women?
Possibly, or vagina.
Where else? Okay, well, where else are you gonna get that other than women?
I mean, hey,
What
you
is
know,
a woman?
yeah,
God.
you know, by the way this world moving, you feel me? There's a lot of pussy out here.
Wow.
Some men have vaginas. Some women have vaginas.
You know?
it just depends.
You got to keep up with the times, man.
Okay, I'm okay.
Your kindergarten teacher is the one that's going to assign you your.
That's crazy,
Oh, bro, fourth grade teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your teachers are the ones who assign to you, so it's a lot of. You know what I mean?
man. Man, that whole thing, it really pissing me off. I really have, because I be willing to have to deal with that stuff. Like I was
'Cause
with,
that's in your
Having
schools.
children.
yeah, like you know, like so you guys know, I was in Ocean City. I was traveling with my children. We were gone for 8 days. I was gone for 8 days, but we were.
Is this in line with what you want to talk about?
It's on topic right now.
I was just curious because
Oh.
I don't know what it was. That's why.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not a huge thing. It's just something that popped up that I just want to bring. But no, we were. I don't know. We were pulling up to somewhere, store or something. We were going. I think. Oh, I bought them Crocs, and I think that we pulled up into the parking lot, and they were talking about something, and I wasn't paying attention because they were just talking to talk, and you know, kids be annoying sometimes. And my daughter said something like, she said, "No, you assume people's gender all the time," and I heard that,
Ooh.
and I was just like, "Well, first of all, I said there's only two genders. I said there's boys and girls, and not only are there only boys and girls, I said you can typically assume which one they are based upon how they look." And then I said, and there were two people right in front of me, and I said, "Is that a boy or a girl?" They both said girl. And I said, "Is that a boy?" They said, or said, "Is that a boy or a girl?" And they said, boy. You just assume their gender. Why? Because there are certain things about people that tell you who and what they are. Whether it's their facial features, whether it's their hair, whether it's their voice, whether it's their body shape, right? I mean,
Physiology.
I mean, there are things that you can literally see. Now, there are some people that you see them from the wrong angle, or if they're built funny or whatever, like maybe you can't tell, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Peripheral mess
You know,
you up.
like you
be somebody bending over to you. You be like, oh,
yeah. I mean, you hit that beach. I mean, and you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. You see some things and you're like, whoa, no, that's not okay. My bad.
I feel like I have a detection for like those type of people.
Everybody thinks that.
True, but I feel like every time, like if I'm on a dating profile,
oh yeah,
and I see someone, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a dude. And then like
they
90%
be,
of the time.
they be sneaking too.
90% of the time.
I
But
believe they'll have something in their profile like, make sure you read. I'm like, yeah, all right, so I don't need to read. You know what I mean?
But come on, keep it real. There's that one that'll trick you.
Bro, I've
There's
been,
some that trick me, but they would be like prevalent. None like on phone that made me like double take. Some I already know.
I mean, there have been some because I'm back on there as of recent.
Yeah, we're back in the streets.
We back in the
You'll
streets.
be awesome.
I was thinking about it today. Like, y'all pissing me off.
I actually was about to I planned to set up something with some girl.
Oh.
And then I was just like, man, as soon as I like initiated the thought to do it, I was just like, I do not want to do this.
It's crazy.
Immediately, I was just like, I have no desire to do this.
As soon as I begin like starting to talk to them again, it's just like, bro, this is so bullshit. Like, I mean, the lip flippity, like mindset, like the lack of or the inability to communicate. Like, women are always like, oh, I want a man to communicate. So y'all don't even talk. Yeah. Like you can't carry a conversation, and it's such an annoyance because you basically have to either wait until you see someone in public and try to talk to them, hoping that they're single, or you have to use these tools because none of us work in offices. So most people, for example, most people meet people they're dating at work.
Yeah.
That's where most people meet, right? You have some people that will meet at church. You have, but other than that, most relationships start at work.
Is that a real stat?
Absolutely. Think where else?
I don't have any argument. I'm just wondering.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know the number.
School
but,
is obviously another huge place.
Okay.
So we need to frequent.
I'm talking. Go ahead.
What, you trying to go back to college?
Hell no. Well,
Think about it.
Well,
Get a FAFSA?
I don't know what that is.
well, I was thinking about taking some classes.
Nah, you got to be in the.
No. You're talking about going back to 2004, 2005.
Just go to upperclassmen dorms.
No, I would never do that.
Would we be allowed?
Absolutely. What? Just age? That had nothing to do with that.
You don't usually see people, 30 years old in the dorms.
True.
That would be absolute
They
fire.
they look at you
These
and
old ass niggas in the door. You trying to get
Only one of us actually needs to go to school, and then we could just be at the dorm.
This dude trying to go to school. Go
Steven
ahead.
looks the youngest.
do I? Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. That was a compliment. Sorry, Mel.
What you apologizing for me for?
You don't look
Mel
young.
almost 40. Come on now. We can't really play this game with Mel.
We got beef. What's happening, man?
Mel's like, these shots just keep coming.
No, 'cause he said something earlier.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, I didn't. What I say?
I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah, because I didn't say anything.
You definitely did.
You can't repeat anything
Mel,
that I said.
I don't want to repeat it.
I didn't say anything.
Yes, you did.
What did I say?
Bro, you be so oblivious.
What did I say? Say it. What did I say?
You said I was almost 40. You said at 4. Oh, coming real quick.
Only because
that
you always mention something about me. Anything that I say is always in rebuttal.
Mel, that was I wasn't even. What are you talking about? You don't even remember. You don't even remember.
Oh yeah, 'cause it was just
remember
we
that.
were just
Yeah,
it just
I
happened.
remember that particular.
I didn't say anything about you.
We were talking about something.
Nothing important.
It doesn't. Well, it's not about what we were talking about. It was important. He was talking. It was your comment.
It was whether or not it was in response to me saying something about you. I wasn't.
That's the only reason why I would say something as a rebuttal. I wouldn't just say because you're almost. Why? What was the reason? What was the reasoning behind it?
What were we talking about?
There's a reason.
It just happened.
It just happened, but because it wasn't anything significant.
No, it was super insignificant. That's why
You just slid it in.
Yeah, you just slid it in. I didn't say anything to you.
You did.
Well, then tell me what I said then.
I don't know.
Oh, but
Nigga, you don't know.
But 3 minutes ago,
no one can remember that.
3 minutes ago, you just told me if you can't remember, it didn't happen.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't say it didn't happen.
You said you can't remember it because it didn't happen.
Yes, not because it can't happen.
Oh my God. This is pointless.
But you brought it to my.
You can't remember what I said. You rebuttal that. So it didn't happen.
I'm thinking. No. I didn't say it didn't happen. I said it couldn't have happened if you didn't say it.
I didn't say anything. And you don't know.
Well, no. What I'm thinking is you said something about a tea, or he said something about tea, and then something about do you want to lose weight?
No, it was you were over here. You was over here cleaning the cabinet when I said it. I think I was going upstairs. This was before the tea.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Anyway.
Regardless.
Where are we at?
I don't know.
You looking up the stats, Steve?
No, I wasn't. I was posting a picture on Instagram.
My dude said, "All right, I was just
Okay, all right, chat. Look. Do y'all want one of us to go back to college and vlog our experience, and then we can interact with the college girls? There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody can say anything about that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. But who's going to? No, I legitimately was it TCU?
Yeah,
Or like not TXU at Tarrant County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one up here. I looked at their psychology program.
I think John was going to go to school, or he might have went to school there.
Did he?
Yeah, I remember going to visit.
Did he do it
the campus.
online?
No, I think he went in person.
Really?
You know how John is. He's kind of old school.
Okay. Yeah, but I was looking at their associates program for psychology. It makes sense for what I do. Just everything.
I mean, as long as you take it in person,
I
can still meet
I
the
mean,
girls.
part of okay.
That's the important part, right?
I was looking at I looked at like classes or whatever, because when you talk about like an associate's program that is specific, you're not talking about getting general studies, yada yada. I don't need all that. I remember looking, and I think it was like 5,000 or 6,000. Like it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Maybe it was towards 10. It wasn't that bad, but I had
For the full program, not a year.
Yes, for this was like it was a 2-year associates.
10,000 for 2 years.
It may have been less. I mean, but you have to pay per class. Like, it was a lot. So I was like, okay, I need to go to the school and talk to somebody and say, what does this cost? Like, this is what I want to do. Let's look at the classes, right? What's my cost? And then go from there. But anyway, so we were talking about where people meet. I think the school is definitely another one. Obviously, college. Well, I mean, school in general. But I'm talking about
college.
I guess what I'm talking about. I'm not that college students aren't adults. But I mean, really, are you an adult?
Get married in their 20s.
Are you an adult at 21 though?
Yeah, nigga, we might have to. You said what?
I was saying, are you really an adult at 21?
Yeah, 18 is an adult.
I mean,
You're
no.
you're legally an
I'm not
adult.
talking about. I'm not talking. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
I mean, you can buy drinks,
high functioning, understanding of the world, understanding of life.
but
you
you're
know what
not
I'm saying?
really that until you're like maybe 25, 30.
Okay, so
It's probably 30.
so
25
okay,
even's early
so I won't even do all that. I'll just say this: people that are, let's say, if you are in the workforce, the large majority of people in the world are going to be in the workforce. I'm sorry, that are in the workforce. These people are not living on college campuses. Not saying they're not in school. And I'm not talking about high school students. These type of adults, where they meet people and their relationships is at work. That is primarily where they meet. Now, for women, right? Women. You know, you're gonna see this differently because they can get hit on in the grocery store. They can get. I mean, they probably. You know, they're like, I meet men all over the place. Well, do you meet men or are men meeting you? Like that's what I'm thinking of it. So as a man, it's very difficult for us to meet women outside if you are not working in a normal like office or normal type job like that. Because it's like, well, other than that, then you have to go out specifically to meet them, or it just so happens that you go to a concert and maybe you meet someone at a concert. But
Are we talking about relationships and marriage? Or are we just talking about meeting? Because a lot of people meet at bars and clubs as well.
I'm talking about relationships. We're talking about dating.
Well, we need to go somewhere consistently because you meet
college.
these people. You meet these kind of people because you're going to work consistently. You're going to school consistently.
What is the
you're going to a particular area consistently, so you have more chances and you have more
gym.
rapport.
Mel, what is the age? What is the age range that you would prefer if you had your choice and you could choose an age range? I'll give you a 5-year age range. Don't go outside of 5 years. what age range would you choose to like date and potentially marry?
23.
Okay, and then
23 to what?
28. That's 5 years. 23.
you could have went the opposite direction.
No.
I mean, the math works.
Math works.
18 to 23.
Okay. Well, I'd go 23. Starting 23 to 28.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to just clarify because you said 5 years.
23 is a good age for a wife. Women are at their sexual peak. They're young. They're still very fun. They haven't experienced.
I probably feel weird dating an 18-year-old.
I would not.
Yeah, 18.
I personally
But
wouldn't.
here's the problem with 18-year-olds. Number one, there's a stigma, right? If as a 30-year-old man you dated 18-year-old, regardless of the actual law and what we have as a society has agreed upon, people are going to be like, you're a pedo. That's not people, women.
Yeah.
Women are going to shun you for that.
Yeah.
So that's a problem. The other thing is what we talked about earlier. Steven's like, well, what age are you actually an adult? Because that's a mental thing.
Yeah.
That's not
and
an age thing.
That's what I was that's what I was saying. Like, not just obviously 18
Because
year adult. I'm not talking about that.
18-year-old woman that was born and raised properly should be good to go.
Yeah, but we're talking about outside of America for the most part.
For sure.
Or
Amish, maybe.
or an immigrant family, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, and I know that Chris is, you're gonna be like, I would probably say
Please, Steven, please adjust it. Adjust it down.
You don't even know what I'm
I
gonna say.
know what you're gonna say.
No, you don't.
Go ahead.
25 to 30.
Danger zone.
No.
30 is problematic.
Okay, 25
For
to
your
30.
preference. Okay, why would you prefer? You can choose any woman you want. Why would you prefer a 30-year-old?
You asked me to give you an age range.
No. I
gave you a range.
No. I'm just saying I'm allowing you.
I wouldn't prefer 30. I would.
Well,
okay,
what would-
24 to 29. I mean, is that better?
What age
It's
is
my
for
range
you.
is my range is 25 to 30.
I'm telling you, all I'm saying is you can choose a range of 5 years. You could just say no. She would be 23.
I mean, okay. I mean, so if I could, it's for me. It is the level of maturity that I need. So if she could be 23 if she is there.
Yes, I'm saying in a perfect world, she's there. What age?
Oh, I mean 23, 24. I mean, I'd be in the same vein as Mel. Like if this is a dreamland, right? Right? Dream world.
It's not a dream.
Michael Jordan,
Create your reality.
Marcus Houston, R. Kelly. It's not a dream world. People,
Said Marcus Houston.
bro.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean they be on him
Marcus
for
Houston
that
grabbed
girl.
Yeah.
He's a pastor or something, right? Or something. She's 18. He said, "Yeah, I met her at 18, but she wasn't."
I think she was.
She
17.
was young.
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. But they just met. They didn't know each other. But then they married at 18.
I
or
may
something,
be
right?
young, but
Okay.
I'm ready.
So yeah, I would probably say 25 to 28 then, or 23 to 28.
23 to 28.
But the reason I gave that number is because reality. I'm like, okay, for a woman to be mentally, I'm talking about mentally, like this is where I'm at emotionally. You know, like I understand.
I mean, you have to know what comes with that, though, because while she may be
you asked me to make a dream world.
she may be a mature type of person or whatever, but she's going to be taking selfies and posting booty pics
At what age?
What?
at 23.
Mel,
This era?
I personally have not. I
I
said originally 25 to 30. Okay, if I had to pick an actual age, I'd probably say 28. One number, 28.
Oh wow. If I had to pick an actual age, it would probably be 24.
Okay. Well, I'd say 28 because from my experience, at about that age, hopefully they would begin or moving out of that phase. They're not posting booty shots all over Instagram. And at this point,
some 40-year-olds posting booty pics.
I know it's terrible.
I'd be like, ew.
Have you ever changed your dating and gone up into the 40s, 40 plus, just to look?
Accidentally.
No, I'm talking about have you ever actually looked and
Yeah, I've looked.
been swiping through them?
I've looked at 40, 45.
I did 40 to 55 recently. I just want to see.
Yeah,
It's terrible.
What? They're trying to look sexy?
I mean, just filters that somebody just like I don't think it was Kevin. It was somebody else was talking about how
Trying to find a sugar mama.
I was not. I just wanted to see what was
I
out
can see
there.
Steve with the sugar mama.
Shit. Give me a sugar mama. What's good, babe?
I can see you with the sugar mama.
Let me get a sugar mama.
What? Like, are you saying a sugar mama as in someone who financially will take care of me, or someone who just is generally older?
Someone who's older, someone who has resources. Not that you would be dependent on their resources, but like
shit, give me a sugar mama.
someone
Someone who will
with
take you to a convention.
You talking about anime?
Yeah, that's exactly what you're talking about.
Like, yo, sugar mama, I want that. I want that.
I'm okay. But what I'm saying is, I could see you doing well with an older woman. There's a woman that used to do skits with Country Wayne.
Oh, she was nice. She was actually real pretty.
Like, I could see you with a woman like that.
Okay,
You don't know
what
who I'm
that is.
talking about, do you?
No,
She's bad.
Yeah, she was nice. She had gray hair and everything.
but I'm talking about like they are. So what they were saying is that mothers who have young daughters are competing with their daughters in the relationship. They're after the same man.
Sure.
So you're talking about 40, 42, and they have daughters that are 18 to 20, 21.
That's probably how resentment starts between the mother and the daughter.
Absolutely.
Well, it starts even before that.
And you have women that typically will date older men, because I have tons of younger girls show up in my feed as their age range is a part of my age range, so they date older men, and they're all. But if you have a 20,
Is that right?
yes. What do you think? I
just don't. I never really trusted that it was that accurate.
What do you mean? You set a preference, age range.
Well, you start with a automatic preference.
Change that.
Women aren't changing it.
I think they are.
You think so?
I'd match them all the time. I won't say all the time, but
Okay. All right.
yeah, for sure. I think that's a very basic thing. They changed that.
I never really thought
Because I
about
think
that.
they'll give you a basic like 10 years or something,
Yeah,
15
yeah.
maybe.
It's like 18. I think it starts at like 18 to.
Probably 18 to 25 or something.
It might. Sometimes it'll go 18 to 40. I think. I don't know.
I mean, to me, it's just a standard thing. You set up your account, you adjust your
Yes, for a
preferences.
man. I just don't for women. it's
Okay.
just, you know what I mean?
Well, we know that women do date older men. That's,
Yeah,
men date younger women. This is the thing, right? But if you have a 40-year-old mom who had her child at 18, her daughter's going to be 22, right?
What's that daughter doing?
And if I'm, let's
I
say,
can go either way.
Go both.
and let's say you have a man that's 35, which is, whatever.
He could be 30.
He could be 30, right?
Really?
You have the mom who's
32.
definitely would date a 30-year-old. She's 40. She's not. She's within his range. And then you have a daughter that would definitely date a 30-year-old, right? They're competing for the same man.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at the dating market and going up into that range, they're all using filters. Right, they're all dressed the same.
They dress like young
They
women.
dress like young women. It's like you guys are all fighting over the same group of men.
Are we that group?
We are in that group.
What does that make us? What's the opposite of the danger zone, Mel?
Prime.
Prime.
Yeah, I guess it's no. I would say
Not even.
Yes.
Not even yet. Financial
yet.
prime is what, 45?
It's 45, but we're so close. We're not. We
I got time,
we are
baby.
increasing. We're not there yet. We're increasing though.
I'm much. Yeah.
Because that 25-year-old girl will date a 40-year-old man.
Absolutely,
or a 45-year-old
especially if he has
man.
the resources,
Yeah.
and he doesn't look. He can still have that salt and pepper. I literally getting off the plane yesterday, I saw this woman. She had to be 28 to 30, like 28, 30, like very very well put together, nice body, like had braids like down to her knees. You know what I'm saying? That they look like they came into Texas to vacation. And older guy she's with, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell that she's just, they don't look like they're in a relationship, right? But she, or maybe it's just the respect that she was giving him. But older guy, gray hair, black guy, bald. He was easily, I'm going off of their standards. Well, not people like us. He was probably 45, 48 in that area. So he was probably 20 years older than her, give or take. And I mean, he definitely was dressed like he had money. You just, you know what I mean? You just tell the way someone carries themselves. You can see her, you know, their luggage. You can just tell.
He
okay.
look like money.
I mean, you can.
What I look like,
you know,
look
you can,
like
if you have
money.
a little bit of discernment, you can tell.
What I smell
You know
like.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so yes, women are dating older men. That's no problem. So you have these people in their 40s that are. I mean, of course, when I turn that on, I got all the hits. And I'm like, oh no, we're gonna turn this off. Like, it's like they're competing for the same group of men, and the women, and it sucks because a lot of those women aren't like living in their own abundance and their own energy. It's just like, no, let's just follow the trends. And it's like, well, the trends aren't working for the young girls either.
Well, those are the ones who started the trend, Steve. They're trendsetters, to be honest. Let's be honest. They taught their daughters to do that. So they're really just doing what they've always done. But what it shows is that age is just a number. This has nothing to do with maturity. That's what I'm saying. That's why I've always been that way. I'll date older, I'll date younger. There was a time when I was like, I can't date young girls anymore. You know what I mean? Just in general, my little filter did not go as low as 25.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, oh my God, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because whatever the range is for me that I'm interested in, I'm dealing with the shenanigans either way it goes.
It's bro. I mean, whether I mean, I've dealt with women my same age. The funny thing is, at my filter, my top age is my age. Like, and honestly, I just recently did that because I had my top age is 35. Because it's like, dude, like y'all up in my age range, we don't live the same life. Not like we don't, you know. And it's actually kind of, it's scary up there, man. I mean, it's like for real. Go do it one day. Just go look, and not just for an hour. Leave it up there for 2 days,
For a week.
And I didn't say all that.
40. You gotta go 45 for a week.
40 to 50.
Oh, I'm not doing that.
You on there now, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm not
All right,
doing
chat,
it.
listen.
My
Hey,
range
chat,
is like 23 up to like 30.
33.
Oh, not even. You don't even have it up to your own age.
Maybe 32, something like that. But yeah, it's not. my
Mel
age.
keeps
Okay.
Okay, I respect it.
I respect. I mean, I do that to just give myself. Well, we're different people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I could
diff-
see you with the older woman.
I did not. Why do you?
I couldn't see Mel with the older woman.
Shit.
Mel.
I've always dated a lot
Are
of
we
older
talking
women.
older? Like we're talking 40 plus?
You
Or
said-
just
I'm
older
talking.
than-
I'm not
20
talking,
years?
I'm not talking. I'm not talking someone older than you. I'm talking an
Oh, okay.
older woman.
Nah.
older than 30.
Nah, I couldn't.
No, I didn't think so.
I couldn't. Unless we like temporary. Like we be cool, but I'm not wifing it. You know what I mean?
Older women like me.
Like,
here's
unless
what
you can
it-
take her gums out, then.
Oh my God!
Take them gums out, girl. Let's see what we get done. I ain't never had it like this.
Wow.
Old Gertrude, what's good? Shout out Gertrude, you know what I mean?
The major problem I see with women in that age range of, I'll just say 36 plus. The major problem that I see, they're completely oblivious to their sexual marketplace value. Completely oblivious. Like what they require from men is literally the same things their 23-year-old self would require.
And we see this. We can talk to them.
But the reason why that is because they'll likely be in a relationship or a marriage that lasted 10 plus 15 years. And so if they're back in the dating market.
I'm sorry. You said the likely. That's not most of them. That's the
the rare
exception.
one.
Whether has been married or just been in a relationship for a long period of time,
Sure,
but then
relationship maybe.
broken up. And now they get to this age where their experience being in the dating market was when they were in their 20s. And so they're not thinking of it in the aspect of the mindset that they should be in, is that they can't have what they actually want.
Okay.
But
I see what you're saying.
But they need to realize, like, hey, I need to adjust and tweak the way that I'm approaching the dating market, because it's completely different.
So it's basically they've gone through some things, they've had some hard times, And hopefully during that time, they have learned some things about themselves. Maybe they've gone to therapy. This is the hope. And they've grown from that, right? And then they, them, us, right? People.
They, them.
That's not what I was talking about. But what people will do is they then will raise their own value based upon their self value, their self worth, which is a good thing, right? They increase their own value and say, you know what, I'm not accepting that again, or I'm not accepting that, I'm not accepting that, right? And they're going to do better for themselves. The problem is that how you value yourself and how you see yourself and your self worth has nothing to do with your sexual marketplace value, right? That's what the problem is. Because now people might say, ooh, confidence is part of it, but I don't know what you experienced. I don't know what you went through. That stuff, actually, I see that as a negative thing because I see that as now baggage, right? Especially if you didn't grow from it, and most people don't. And even if they say, oh, first of all, if anyone says I'm healed, then I automatically assume you're not. You're
that's a red flag.
It's a red flag. Any woman that ever says to me I'm healed from my traumas, it's a red flag. Okay?
Because if you're actually healed, you wouldn't say that.
Correct. Exactly. You will never hear me say, oh, I'm healed. Like, bro, first of all, we're never healed. We're always healing, if anything, right? If you say that, I can accept that, right? Or you don't have to even use that word, but it's such a buzzword.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For the world of emotional intelligence, like come healed. Like there is no such thing as healed, right? And we see this in our world. Our bodies are constantly detoxing. We're constantly going through the process of removing waste. We're detoxing. We're breaking down our skin. You touch your skin and microscopic skin particles come off. The body has to heal that. We're constantly going
through pendulum.
Right. So there is no such thing as healed, number one. So when you say to me, I'm healed, that means you think that you've done all the work you need to do and you're at a great place and you don't need to do anything else. Well, that's a fallacy, right? So it's a red flag. And that is where we get into danger when we start dating older, right? Because there's so much, you add trauma, you're adding all this extra baggage, and most people genuinely don't know how to release. And you also see this by how they talk about their exes, right? Are you saying, oh, he was a no shit dude, or he just was this and he was that? Well, how about what you did? How were you in the relationship, right? And I don't have to ask these questions. These are things that people offer up. It's just it's what's in them, what's inside of you comes out. So if you're automatically always talking bad about your baby daddy, your ex-husband, you're this, you're that, right? You don't have anything good to say about them, or you don't at least show a little bit of balance and reflect on yourself, right? In those same conversations, bro, all you're doing is just spewing your trauma all over my phone screen, and I can see it. So,
you can see it also as far as like I guess men and women, the age difference in our daily life, or I guess in celebrity world, because Al Pacino, I think, and what's his name? Scarface?
Yeah.
Oh, that is Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Or Robert De Niro. That's the one I'm looking for. They had a child.
Oh, yeah. He just recently had one, too, right?
Yeah, with like a 39-year-old or whatever.
Which is like 75.
They're like in their almost 80s.
Yeah.
They're like damn near 1 foot out the grave. And they have a child with someone who's like a half a century younger than them. You know what I mean?
39 and 75, bro. That's dangerous.
I mean, that's a big difference. I mean,
What do you mean it's dangerous?
What do I mean?
Yeah, I'm curious what you mean.
It's a great question.
Is it because you think just because the father won't be in a life that long?
Physiology, just biology. There are, when you start getting older, your body collects. We're gonna start talking about health, I guess, here. But your as your body grows, you asked me. Chris asked me.
I just wanted.
Okay.
I just want the short version.
Okay. Well. Okay. Well, over time, as you know, your body breaks down. It degrades. Most people aren't living a genuinely healthy lifestyle. Okay. So over time, your body really starts to collect a lot of pesticides, herbicides, viruses, right? These things they collect. And if you're not living a life that is purposefully detoxing these things, these heavy metals, all this stuff will then get transferred to the fetus.
Okay.
So you talk about a 39-year-old, which she's already in geriatric pregnancy age, right? And then you talk about a 75, 80-year-old, right? Who
Toxic sperm.
The sperm is toxic, right? And he will pass, right, these things to the mother, and then the mother will then pass these things that she got passed to the child. This is
her own stuff too.
And her own stuff, right? This is how you have these children that are over time, even now, they're being born with defects. It's getting worse. They're being born with ADHD or they're being born with autism. They're being born with it. And it's not just because it's not like, oh, they develop it when they're 1 or something. I mean, that's part of it. But no, these viruses and stuff are being passed down through these children. There was a study or a test recently, and they found like 300 or something different types of chemicals and heavy metals and all this stuff in the umbilical cord, right? So we think that babies are they are the most pure form of humans, yes, because they have the least amount of like toxins in their body. But children now are starting off way further behind than we did, right? We started off further behind than our parents, but our children now are starting off even further behind. And this is because people think, oh, well, just the baby, it's brand new. No, you're passing these things. Yeah. And not just that, particularly, right, because I've been doing a lot of research on certain topics, right? But particularly the liver of a child is directly affected by the liver of the mother. So there's a communication that goes on between the mother's liver and the formulation of the child's liver. And then the liver is where viruses are stored. So you will have viruses that are stored in the mother's liver that she maybe doesn't even know that she has, that are given to the child, and then the child has an issue when they grow or when they're in their growth and development. And this is why we have children that are starting off with all these illnesses, because they have these man-made viruses that were created in the 1900s up to 1930s, and they're now being passed on from generation to generation. And because our food is so trash, right? We don't have the minerals in our body that allow us to then fight these things. So and then we're not breastfeeding. So children are being born with deficiencies, and they're eating trash, chicken nuggets, McDonald's, yada yada yada. So they don't even have a fighting freaking chance. So I mean, somebody asked me recently, "Do you want more children?" I'm like, bro, not really. Not now. It would have to be the right person, right? But I mean, just average meeting someone and dating them and then having a kid with them. No, I don't, because I understand that what we potentially could pass to them if you're not living the life that of health, right? And what I mean by health, and I won't get into this, but I was just talking to somebody about this. What I mean by health, because everyone seems to think, oh, this is healthy, right? What is health, right? Health is the food that you eat or your body's ability to detox, right? As soon as we stop or slow down our ability to detox, we start aging, right? As soon as we continue, this process continues, and then when our body basically stops the ability to detox, we die. So when I say health, living a healthy lifestyle, it is eating and having activities that promote detox in the body's natural form of detoxification. So by eating chicken breast, that's not healthy. I don't care what anyone says, because chicken breast does not do anything to help the body detox. Plain and simple. Same thing with processed food. Now, that doesn't mean, can't have a little processed food here and there, whatever. It's hard to get around. But is it healthy? No. So that's what I deem as health, and that's a whole nother video off the AOK podcast. But we are the application of knowledge, so we'll apply some of that knowledge to our dating world.
Mm-hmm. So don't have babies with older men.
Well, that is a thing also.
I mean,
but
that's
I'm
a
not
good consideration.
It's a good consideration, but that's not what I hope that's not what you boiled that down to.
Well, that's
what
the
he boiled
reason
it
why
down
we
to.
started talking about that.
That's what he boiled it down to. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think.
Well, take a lot of also what I said with that, because that's not what I'm saying. If you're gonna have children with older men, make sure they're living a healthy lifestyle.
And then there's also epigenetics. There's layers to all of this. So,
Yeah.
What was that? Did you already talk about the topic you want to talk about?
no, he has not.
No.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, but it's on the same vein though.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, perfect. So somebody posted a picture, and I can send you this picture so you can look at it later or whatever. But it was it was a picture of the Carnivore Summit. Okay. So the Carnivore Summit, the carnivore diet is how some people eat. And you talk about like it's the first annual Carnivore Summit of
Brand new, huh?
So it's not an annual.
It's first.
Unless they do the second one.
I'm just telling you what it says.
You got to call it. It has to start somewhere, Mel.
Well, they could
To
call
be determined.
They call the 2000. They should call the 2023 Carnivore Summit. That's what they should call it. Then it goes to second annual.
So first annual is not a thing.
No, you tried to make it a thing and I was just like, that's not how it works. Now, granted, you can go back and do it, right? This was our first annual or inaugural.
I
right?
think the first annual will technically be the second one.
I don't even know. It's not the first.
Because in order for it to be an annual, something had to come.
No, not necessarily. As long as you have plans to do it next year, it could be, you could start it off by saying it's the first annual because the plan is annual. If you plant a perennial, it's still it's a perennial when you plant it. It's an annual when you plant it.
Okay.
It doesn't have to grow and live for a year.
We only have one birthday. Everything else after that is a celebration of it. But we don't count
Born
it.
day.
Oh, yeah, we only have one born day, but everything else after that is just a celebration. You know what? Finish your thing.
Anyway.
I'm not going to jump us down a whole nother.
You taking us down a
we'll,
horoscope.
we'll go.
Yeah.
Right. So Yaki, he talks about how the diet. Well, he talks about how biologically melanated people are different from everyone else, right? And how unmelanated people from the Caucasus region, white people, can eat meat, and they can thrive on meat, and they can eat it, and we can't, right? And it shows, right? I mean, I've talked about this, like, no, we have a diet that we should be eating, which should be primarily fruit. Now, primarily fruit does not mean just juicy fruit, right? This also fruit is as Chris has stated multiple times and helped me to really understand, it's the flowering part of a plant, which fruit can also be classified as certain seeds, right? Or winter squash, right? These are fruits. They're not, it is the flowering part of a plant. And a lot of people think that fruit is just juicy fruit, which it's not. So anyway, our diet should be mainly fruit-based, and they can eat other diets, which is meat-based. Right. And that's also why you have these people that are carnivore, and they will start healing certain things, right? And a lot of this is short-term. This is why this is the first annual, because it's new.
We won't probably get a 10th, right?
Right. I mean, because you don't. You look at Dr.
Paleo?
Atkins and
Atkins. How long did that last, Steve? Was that a decade?
It was a while.
Not even. Okay, it was a while.
But he ended up the what they say his death is a mystery, because what they say is, well, he died. His cause of death was trauma to the head. He slipped on ice, hit his head, and then had like a blood clot or something killed him. Okay. Right?
Humans are such fragile creatures.
That's how that's.
Well, you wouldn't be that fragile if you had healthy bones, because your bone density improves with health.
That's true. But that's his death. What they fail to not talk about, unless you start digging a little bit, is that 3 to 5 years before that, he had a heart attack, and he had not a heart murmur. He had a heart condition. He had condition with his arteries as well, right? Which is all proven because of meat. Right, meat is a level 1 carcinogen. Right, I mean, all this stuff has been shown, but neither here nor there.
And let's clarify: it's the modern production of meat, the farming of meat.
Yes. We're not. Okay. I'm not talking about. Listen, if you're going to eat meat, eat bison. Right, if you're going to eat meat,
hunt your own meat.
Hunt your own meat. Right, if you live in a city, go to a butcher. Right, get it go to a farm.
Get it wild crafted.
Get it wild caught. Wild craft.
Get your meat wild crafted.
Wild caught. You don't wild craft fish. It's wild caught.
Steven, it's a joke.
Oh, okay.
Hey, bro.
I don't know what you were saying. Maybe he was being serious. I don't
You know what? It's an inside joke, but
It's an
clearly
inside joke.
not, because we were talking about wild crafted herbs earlier.
I understood, but they don't know it's a joke.
I don't care if this is between us.
Okay.
And then if they say something, we'll correct them in the Mel will correct them in the comments.
Nah, man.
Nah, he probably won't.
maybe not. Anyway,
I'll give it a heart.
So we're not. So I'm not talking. I'm me personally. Like, I'm not demonizing it. For certain people, I mean, and there are certain benefits to it, right? But if you're gonna eat it, you need to eat it in a low quantity and low quantity, high quality, right? But you look at the summit, and I want you just to scan.
White.
You want to?
I see white one. Like, yeah, just white.
You see anything else?
Let me scan it the way.
Get a little scan in action.
Get a little scan action.
I mean, there's like 50 people.
Okay.
White old people.
I mean, yeah, you know, there's a lot of older people.
I thought it was one sister, but she ain't no sister.
There's not much.
A lot of
the vibration of these people doesn't seem to be very high. I'll say that.
Okay. But
I don't know specifically what you're looking
do you
for.
not want to touch the phone? Did you not want to just touch it?
It's got
Is it got disease on or something?
Do it have disease?
I tried to hand it to you. You didn't want to touch it.
I can see it from here. I didn't want to grab it. There's nothing but white people.
Well, so you don't want to touch the phone?
No, I can see it.
Okay. So that's my point. It just it goes to show that we don't have melanin people do not have any kind of foothold in the carnivore space. And there's a reason, because we don't thrive on it, right? And if we don't thrive on it, and we didn't have one out of all, nobody looked at this in the Carnivore Summit, and all these people, not one person said, we probably should have maybe somebody diverse
with color,
maybe an Indian, maybe.
So what is are those speakers?
They're speakers.
Okay, and there's 100 of them.
No, there's whatever this is.
What did you?
One, two,
you said
three,
there was 100.
Who cares if if there's an Indian there or
8. It's 40 of them.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There are certain spaces that belong to white people, and that has always been. You kind of always know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that goes for every culture has something that's specifically for them.
Who's the major proponent of the carnivore diet that has melanated skin?
I can't name you one.
Yeah, I mean that's we've you know.
What correct. And this is just evidence to show that us as melanated individuals, we're not supposed to be eating it.
Not supposed to be killing them.
Okay, well
Murderers.
that's fine too.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
I'm talking about eating them in the amount that we do.
And also, when you do eat them, you take on their energy. Like, you feel like a lot of people who've done those carnivore diets, they have an increased amount of anger in them.
Yeah, aggression.
which says a lot about the culture of people that traditionally eat a lot of meat.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at their actions holistically and throughout time,
unless they are eating it in a or they're slaughtering them, raising them in a different way.
well, if you look at the Native Americans, the indigenous people, basically us, copper-colored people. I know I just started something right
You
there.
have to say it for these people. You know what I'm saying? Native American.
There was
For the people.
There was a level of respect. It was essentially a ritual.
Absolutely.
When you killed an animal, there was a ritual that was designed to holistically make that meat healthy, and also they didn't consume a tremendous amount of it.
Yeah. Correct. I mean, you like we always go back to what was our traditional diet? What did we eat before? What was the thing that we were doing hundreds and thousands of years ago? And they're like, we've been eating meat for thousands of years. Do you think that the meat yesterday was the same as today? I mean, y'all think that there weren't hormones and all like pumped into the meat back then, right? There weren't all the viruses that they have, the antibiotics, the herbicides. I mean, all that stuff. The meat didn't have any of that.
Right.
And now you talk about an animal who literally experiences the same thing as domesticated adults, right, or humans. I mean, you have animals that are now being tortured. They're captivated. There is the fear that they go through, the amount of toxic adrenaline that goes through them every single day because they know they're going to get killed. We that's stuff that it's not even shown. It doesn't show in the nutrition fact. Start adding toxic adrenaline to the nutrition fact that saturate the flesh of the animal, and then you eat that, and then that has to then be processed by your liver, included with all the other things that that the animal has gone through, all their emotions. Like, bro, the meat is completely different. And so we can't just use that as an argument saying, oh, well, yeah, we've been eating meat for thousands of years. It's different. It's completely different. So, I mean, and I'm not talking, and I'm talking to everybody, but particularly melanated people. There's a reason we don't have any representation in the Carnivore Summit, because it is not something that we should be eating. It's a diet that we should not be adopting. I was in Tom Thumb yesterday, and I walked in, got me a little basket, and I'm going
Grocery store for those who don't know.
Oh, grocery store, and I got me a little basket. I'm going back to the fruit section, and there's two older ladies, black ladies, and they had
Melanated.
Copper colored.
two melanated copper colored ladies, and they had like 5 watermelons, and they had they were getting mangoes.
Oh, they must have a cart.
Yeah, they had a cart.
Oh.
They had honeydew, cantaloupe, and I literally walked up to them. I said, "Now this is what I'm talking about, right?"
They're probably doing a party or something.
Were they fat?
They were overweight.
It was for a party. So go ahead, Steve.
It was just how Mel said it.
Yeah. Well, he's very blunt.
I prefer to add a little bit of compassion and empathy into my
Calling
words.
someone fat is not having compassion, or not.
Well, no, you said it right the first way.
It's not having compassion.
I think that the story that I was telling in a positive way about them, calling them fat, is not the proper way to.
I asked you if they were fat.
You could have just said were they overweight?
Or I could have just asked you, are they fat?
That's fine. I prefer to use compassion and empathy.
Go ahead, Steve. So you went over to them.
I went over to them. I said, "Now that's what I'm talking about." Mm-hmm. And then
I wasn't not being. I wasn't not showing compassion.
That's just the terminology.
I didn't come up with the word. All right, big bone. They must have been big bone.
That's not a real thing.
Exactly.
Oh, so
now it's not real.
Was it ever real?
Nah. It was never real, but
never real.
Somehow it's a common phrase. But the only reason why I asked it because I commonly see black women out just big.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
the statistics are there.
It's saddening.
Yeah, it
to
is.
just always see that.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
very
definitely
rare.
Well,
to find.
that part of that goes back to the summit. It's like because influencers out here got everybody on this protein kick and all this meat. It's just like, bro, we're eating the wrong things and we're not getting better. And it shows. Our numbers are only continually going up. So what, you know what I'm saying? So seeing them was refreshing. And the one lady was like, man, they out here trying to kill us. We got to do something. And I said, you're absolutely right. And I said, this is exactly
Follow
the
us
way.
on YouTube at a healthy alternative.
Well,
Didn't even drop it.
I mean,
You should have dropped it, Steve. I need you to be on 24/7.
okay. I was worried about getting my own fruit, but I still went up to them and I confirmed them. And, and I was like, you're absolutely correct. And I said, fruit is exactly what you need to eat. That's exactly what you need to be eating, and a lot of it too. And they continue to go around and get their fruit and stuff. And it just made me feel good, seeing that. And I'm like, okay, well, people, the message is getting out. Like,
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
So it made me feel great. Just so seeing that, and then today seeing this picture of the Carnivore Summit, it's just like, bro, like, y'all, like, we don't want to give up certain things because we love them, but it's just like, once again, what is health, right? Health is something that is going to assist you in the detoxification process, my definition. And I'm sorry. I mean, I guess certain meats, if depending on the person, it can help them. It doesn't help us.
Yeah, Jordan Peterson and his daughter saw some amazing benefits from utilizing a carnivore diet. It was very strict too, so I don't even know if it's like the carnivore diet.
It's probably less than that.
It was less than that.
I mean, well, the interesting thing about the carnivore diet is that they have recently started adding fruit into their diet.
Why?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a carnivore enthusiast. I just know that I have seen people that are in that field now start saying, "Oh, I add a little bit of fruit."
I think I noticed that as well.
Mm-hmm. It's now part of the thing.
Whatever.
Because they understand that you need freaking fruit. They understand that you need that sugar. You need that, and they're
the water.
And they are so dehydrated,
bro. That main doctor that like promotes the carnivore diet, he was on Joe Rogan. Mm-hmm. That dude looks like a leather belt.
Leather belt. They all look terrible, especially the longer they're on it. It's like, bro, like y'all don't get it. You need, just like they look at us and say, oh, you need B12. You need this. You need that. You don't get that without meat. First of all, I can get it without meat. Number one, I can get it from nuts. I can get it from seeds. I can supplement it. I can get it from sun. I can get it from fruit. I can get it all kinds of ways. I don't get it in the amount that you think that we need it in, because the reason you think that we need it in that amount is because that's what we were told we needed an amount of.
That's what the doctor said.
Right. And the reason that they say that is because they look at the absorbency or the lack of absorbency based upon our intestines and us and having the inability to absorb.
There we go.
So if you can't absorb, then yes, you need 1,000 milligrams of vitamin D every day because you can't absorb it.
Right.
But if you're hydrated and you go out in the sun for 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? You're good. So, man, it's yes, but they started adding fruit to their carnivore diets because they understand that they don't feel good. And yes, in the beginning, they're like, oh, this went away, that went away. Yeah, because you're removing certain things.
You're having a whole food diet.
Right. You're eating a whole food diet. But then what happens is your body then starts to use reserves of sugar, use reserves of the water in the body. And then when that reserve runs out, it's going to start asking and saying, hey, I need this. You're going to start craving mango. You're going to start craving blueberry. You're going to start craving water. Like, not just regular drinking water, because that ain't going to do it. You're going to start craving sugar. And obviously the best form of sugar is fruit. So this is why they started adding it, which I find is very interesting. It's like, y'all not even carnivore no more.
Thought. Anything else you want to add to that?
This man's just been sitting here biting at the bit. Go ahead, Mel.
Mel, it is a conversation. You can add something to it.
Add
something to it. No, add something else. Add something else.
He said add something to it. I did. No, add something else.
Add some more. What do you think about the carnivore diet, Mel?
Personally, I don't agree with it because I don't think you need to murder or kill.
In
order to, preserve life. Mm-hmm. I don't think death is the answer for life. But, I mean, if it works for people, I know it worked for Michaela and Jordan Peterson at one point in time.
Michaela is bad.
Yeah, she has a nice face.
Oh, she don't have a nice body?
It's not the greatest. She has a nice face, though.
Dang.
I mean, it's slim. She's not, like, crazy, so that's cool. But
she ain't got no curves?
Not really.
Wow. I just assumed
she's a very pretty girl.
Yeah, she's very pretty. She's
well spoken.
She's well spoken. She presents
has, like,
herself
nice
really well.
lips,
yeah, she does. She has really nice lips.
But when you look at her and Jordan Peterson, you kind of see the similarity. So I try not to.
Yeah, but she's also wears a lot of makeup and stuff. They're not gonna. I mean.
Yeah.
And the interesting. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, the interesting thing about that is that Jordan Peterson had, once again, goes back to our body. You look at autoimmune diseases or degenerative diseases, and she has the same issue that he had,
of course,
which is why the diet worked, right? And people just say, "Oh, it's just genetics." It's not genetics. They have the same type of virus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, by removing certain foods from their diet, even foods that other people may deem as healthy, right? So they couldn't eat eggs. Mm-hmm. Eggs feed viruses, right? But they by removing those things, this is why they were able to get better. So the body will get to a certain point where it's like, hey man, we're good now, but that doesn't mean that you should stay doing this, right? This is why now carnivores start adding fruit. It circles back around. You got rid of a lot of the trash. You gave your body time to work itself back to a baseline. Now you start to add back in the things that you actually need, which are going to be your fruit and your water, things like that.
Is that her body?
Is that her?
I don't even think that's her.
No, okay.
She's blonde.
Well, they can color their hair. I'm trying to look at one of a bikini.
She probably won't show any like that for real.
Is she not like
Nah,
that?
she's conservative.
But
She's
bikini
married
though?
now, too. Nah, man, conservative women.
When did she get married?
She's been
recently.
there for a while.
For a while.
So, maybe like 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds about right. Maybe 2 years, maybe. Because she just was in Romania with the Tates.
With the Tates.
I don't know. Okay, but if her body looks like that, I would agree with you.
She's not physically like. She ain't no baddie.
I can't see
She
through her
doesn't post a lot of
clothes.
pictures, but
That looks like that girl, the swimsuit.
Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She's just normal.
It's not enough. She's not pretty enough.
Wait, let me see that. Maybe she's not pretty enough. For what?
For not having a body. For having no body.
Is this her?
Isn't it?
That ain't the greatest picture of her. She kind of looks.
It's not for her. There's no amount of pretty.
I feel weird judging her because I have so much respect for her father.
I do too. She's
Wait.
We're not judging her.
Are we not allowed to have opinions about a woman's physique now?
Oh yeah, women fine, but
We just complimented her. We can't
yeah,
create
yeah.
balance.
no, I feel you. For me, I don't know. Like
Why do you respect her father so much?
Jordan Peterson,
Yeah.
I like his opinion and how outspoken it is about the things that he believes in.
So it's like a Trump, like how I respect Trump for being outspoken.
I mean, I respect Trump as well. It's not an exclusive thing. I don't
No,
know
no,
how
I'm-
you
I'm-
particularly.
I'm just saying, I respect. It's not like I'm like a big fan of Trump per se, but I do like the fact that he's very outspoken.
the fact that he stands his ground on the things that he believed in. You know, Jordan Peterson, they were over because he was just a normal lecturer or professor,
Yeah, I was about to say.
that's working at a college or something, and his opinion somehow became controversial because he was telling the law like, hey, no, you're not gonna, I'm not okay with you making a law of saying if I don't address a woman who's biologically a man as the particular pronoun, and he wouldn't he wouldn't switch his stance on that. And I was just like, yo, I respect the hell out of that. And somehow this became a mainstream thing when it shouldn't have been, when it's just like, no, it's okay that people want to be called what they called, but when you try to make that a law and
Yeah.
enforce that on me,
Yeah.
now you're making me do something that I have no control over, and that's literally like controlling what you can say. So when I figured that out, I was like, oh, Jordan Peterson, he's a real one, because he's purposely standing his ground and going against whatever the narrative is that's about him. And then the funny thing is when I first found out Michaela and him were related, I didn't know they were related.
Oh, so she was something before he was something. How did you find out about her?
Was she?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I just know I saw her pop up on my Instagram feed. Oh, she's kind of pretty.
She popped up
Oh,
on mine
okay,
too,
okay,
just like
okay,
that.
okay.
Just
She
on
popped
my,
up on the feed.
Probably because
on
of him.
YouTube.
Actually, no. On my YouTube, the first video I saw of her when she was talking about that she had this immune disease that it was like a TED Talk or a TED Talk that they wouldn't air or so is what it was called. And
Okay, I remember that.
she was talking about her disease and how she went on the carnivore diet or whatever. And that's when I started looking into her. But I've already been on Jordan Peterson's wave, and I didn't know they were father and daughter until like they were like in an interview together. I was like,
She
oh
interviewed
shit!
him.
I said these two people are related. And I've been listening to both of their content.
I'm sure if we
So,
go.
oh,
I'm sure. I was gonna say. I'm sure if we go to get to the root of it, she had to gain some sort of fame from.
oh
Jordan.
my God, yes. The question is, was she something beforehand?
Right.
Like, how?
I wouldn't know.
Here's
Well,
my thing.
her husband apparently is somebody.
Yeah, but that's after the fact.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
true.
who he is.
No, I don't know who he's. Not, I'm saying like
So-
he's got money. Like he does something.
Of course he is.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course he's got money.
Yeah.
So because women care about resources.
Of course.
Even though she's good, she has money.
Yeah.
Mel, you watched her content outside of Jordan. What does she talk about?
Her diet.
She talks about that, and she
That's all
also
I've seen.
does a lot of responses to, I guess, whatever's happened in the political world.
So she's like a Candace Owens kind of like
In a sense,
know,
in a
Ben
lesser,
Shapiro,
yeah, she's in that same vein as
Ben
a lesser,
Shapiro,
yeah, she's in that same vein as the
I could
same
see her on the
uncle.
Daily Wire one day.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's in that type of vein, the same vein that the type.
So
of
she
content.
could be something before Jordan then.
Do y'all think that we would be considered a red pill?
Chris is.
No, I don't think we are considered red pill. Red pill. First of all, red pill doesn't even know what red pill is. There's the person that they think started red pill and created kind of the commandments. But I think that it's very quickly got outside of that original structure. And there's a lot of negative connotation associated with being red pill. But what I will say is we carry attributes, but we're not red pill. This is like we're not vegan.
I think we'd be considered purple pilled.
What is that, combination of both?
Red and blue.
Okay. Fuck them pills. But I don't know. I was just curious about that.
Nah, we're not. I'm not. We're. I was joking when I said Chris is, but no, we're. I would not say that I'm red pilled.
Yeah, because there's a lot of views and things that I don't necessarily agree with from both sides. That's why I can't politically align myself with a party.
Purple.
You know, I mean, granted, I am way further away from blue than I am from red.
Agreed.
I mean, you would be a conservative.
Or moderate.
Or maybe a libertarian or something along those terms. But yeah, because there's a lot of viewings, like because most people that's on the red side are people who are okay with killing animals, and I'm not okay with that.
Yeah, but
And-
that has nothing to do with their
that's-
politics.
You can't.
well, yeah, but most people who are conservative, they go out there and they hunt animals.
Yeah, but I understand what
just
you're saying,
one
but that's not
piece.
that's also not their politics though.
Right.
You don't have to align your whole life with their political beliefs.
Exactly. But I'm just saying, it seems to be more consistent over here.
It
Sure,
is.
of course.
It is.
Yeah, and those I wouldn't be able to align with.
These lines are there for a reason. You know what I mean? They're people tend to be XYZ when they're on this side of the line, and they
Yeah.
tend to be ABC over here.
I would have to say if
I'm
the
in a
line was
buffet.
at 50%, right? 0% is far left. I'm talking about these is far left, right?
I'm probably
California left.
Ooh, California's as left as it gets. It's even left on the map.
Right. And then you talk about like 100% is far right. Like y'all are too far right. I'm talking about guns blazing, riding with a truck, USA flag on the shirt, flag on the truck.
Hillbillies.
I'm talking about I'm talking
deep
about
Fort Worth.
deep. Like, okay, so that's far right.
You lost, bud.
I would probably land
Locker the
myself
other way.
in the 70% in that area. I
70% of what?
Conservative.
Conservative.
just that's why I kind of just that whole monologue I just gave. Just so I would.
You
say,
said from 0 to 100.
it's not what I said.
Okay. And you said 70.
I said if 50% was the line, the middle, and far and 0% is far left,
California.
right? And then you have deep Fort Worth or whatever, right? Is 100. I would land myself probably at about 70 on the right side.
Okay.
I think we're all probably around there.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. We're comparing apples to oranges, so it's a very hard comparison to make.
Yeah, and they have a lot of religion.
Yeah.
They-
I mean, we
Jesus
don't.
I'm not.
fit.
I'm not. I'm talking about strictly political views.
Okay, I'm talking
I'm
about
not- because you can
how they're
have-
typically
because you can-
like set up.
Well, you're talking about.
Because they could be like religious liberals.
Yeah, but that's more stereotype.
Yeah. I don't
You're
know
talking
why
about
with
like
a lot of-
because there's liberals that hunt. Like I'm
Yeah,
talking about political.
I don't
Like
know
what do
any.
they?
I don't know any, and I actively know people who hunt.
How many liberals do you know? Do you know a lot of liberals?
No.
Anybody who black.
Yeah, that's about right.
Is that right?
I mean, that's
Like-
I think
like-
that was right.
Is like okay?
I don't think this is right. I don't think it's
Is
the same
that
anymore.
is that right based on their beliefs, or is that just how they vote?
That's how they vote.
Okay,
And
that's-
because the thing is, I think I think that the right side, they're more logical and they're more sensible than the people that are on the left because they follow a lot of the narrative that's being painted by the media versus doing their own thought processes of what is actually happening.
I agree.
And because I used to come from that mindset, I understand of coming from a place of I deserve to have this because my people been. It's just like, bruh, like if you're starting a business and you're out in this world and you're in this country that we call America, this is America, the land
Turtle
of
Island.
dreams. Like you can come here with a dream with nothing and then just have everything, you know, because you put in the work. So if there are people who have this liberal mindset, this oppressed mindset of thinking that they can't do something because of where they started, these people are being led by a media narrative that's being pushed to the left that's keeping them in that cycle. And a lot of times what I've learned through my experience and research is just seeing that a lot of conservatives and people who are more on the Republican side, they're doing things that's more entrepreneurial, that's teaching you how to generate your own income and getting you out of that mindset of only following and listening to what the mainstream narrative is being pushed. That's why I say I would align more with the right than the left. And a lot of people who are on the left are black because they are staying, not obviously this isn't, there's always going to be the ones who stand out, but on a generality, people who are on the left, they're held back by their own, their beliefs, their own repressive beliefs. It's just holding them back.
I'm gonna keep it real. Church is probably one of the worst things that are holding them back.
I
Just
don't,
their traditions,
Right,
how we're taught.
Right. It's church. It's school too.
Yeah.
It's the entire there's
whole
several
system.
systems set up to make us like imprisoned.
This is why we vote blue. Like just like you said, Mel. But if you sat down and if you did if you sat down and you had 5 values that would typically come from the right, 5 values that would typically come from the left, I think that most melanated people would actually align with things from the right.
And that's what I was saying.
they will.
And
They will, man.
And the thing is that the thing is that the Republican Party was founded by black people, melanated people.
I think they should do a test that will word it in a way that people who come from the hood will properly understand and not assume and play all this jargon when it comes to the messages that's being spoken to them, because a lot of times people don't understand. Because I would hear conservative and I wouldn't equate that to a political stance or anything.
Yeah.
You know, like even just being on dating websites, they'd be like, "Are you conservative?" Yeah, I don't really like the show a lot. Not even thinking like it's like political like that, but
Wow.
But conservative, I'm thinking like, yeah, I don't really like to show out, or I don't really like to stand out or anything.
Right.
Like I'm a conservative dude. I don't like to put myself out there. But I didn't know it was like a political thing. So if they put it in a language that people can understand and they check boxes, I guarantee, man, like most people from the hood,
They'd be
voting-
conservative.
Yeah,
they'd be
agreed.
voting
They
for
would,
Trump.
Yeah.
They would.
I was definitely conservative when I was voting Democrat.
Same here. I just assumed, oh, no, Democrats, they always got the best interest for us. Nah, man, we don't mess with the...
Especially when Obama was in.
Bro.
Like, oh, we got a brother up there? Shit, I don't even care. We get him in. Let's just get him in there.
Okay, but, I mean, then it's like, well, is he? Is he even? You know what I'm saying? Like...
No, he's not. He's not us.
Yeah, he's not us.
No matter what, he's
Yeah.
not us. At the most, he's African.
Right. Kenyan,
So,
specifically.
At the most,
Mixed with whatever.
they said he's white, right? Mixed with white.
And then you
Hawaiian.
got...
He from Hawaii, right?
Hawaiian? Okay.
Hawaii.
Did we talk about Michelle Obama?
Or being a dude or something like that?
Yeah. Michael?
I don't know much about it.
I don't either, but it's just recently.
It recently popped back up, right?
Yeah.
Because I've been seeing it too. Mm-hmm. I think there's a very good chance that Michelle Obama is a man. I would when I say very good chance, am I gonna get in trouble?
I don't know.
People love Michelle.
They do.
Oh, they love her books. Whew. When I say a very good chance, I'm not saying more than 50%.
Do they have pictures
But-
of her pregnant?
I have looked, and nothing has been conclusive.
Apparently, no.
I have not found anything conclusive to say, oh, she's clearly pregnant. Everything everything has been like from the, oh, she may be pregnant, or maybe she's bloated, or, I have not seen anything.
I mean, you should see pictures of her 8-9 months.
Right. Like big pregnant.
Big pregnant.
Never. And Obama has called her Michael twice in public.
Just 2 times?
At least.
You know what? It's honestly hard to trust pictures now.
Well, it's a lot of Photoshop.
Yeah.
Because there's a picture.
I mean, but if you just do a quick Google, you won't find anything. You should easily. You look up Rihanna pregnant. You should.
But I mean, I think about that because I'm not sure if they were in the spotlight when they were pregnant.
It doesn't matter.
I think he was still president.
He wasn't president, but he was a senator or something.
Okay,
it doesn't matter. They should definitely.
Yeah, you should be there. You know, like.
I mean, I think she's a woman.
Look at
now. She has very manly everything.
You know, she's like 6 foot.
Bro, I'm going to break some things down for you, Mel, because clearly you haven't researched this. I'm assuming you're just going off of, you know what I mean, just like looking at her. Because she looks like a woman for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe she's 6'2". She's tall.
Here's the thing.
She's like what's her name? Pearly Things.
What?
Like as far as the height.
Oh yeah. Here's the thing. Her proportions are wrong. That's the problem. That's why people are like, bro, she's a man. Because like I said, there's some transsexuals that you can definitely, like, it's hard to tell if it's a woman or not. But her proportions aren't correct.
Her proportions.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like, no, the way her body is?
It's her skeletal structure. Her shoulders
Got
are too
shoulders
broad.
like a nigga.
Her fingers are too long. Like, it's her proportions.
Or maybe just niggas just roasting her and she just like.
I mean, but I think that this transition happened early, like years, like she was
Look
like a
at
teenager
her
or
family.
something.
Look at the family now that they're not present and he's not present. Look at the family. It's completely dissolved.
Really?
Their daughter.
They're in school. They're in college.
It's the president. It's the president's children,
Bro,
they should still be.
They
should be in private school.
His daughters is pregnant by Future.
Nigga, stop! You just made me break. What? I'm sorry, nigga. Hold on.
And I don't believe.
Hold on a second, Chris. Wait. One of you. Shit, nigga, my brain just shut down. Wait.
I got the keys. I got the keys, nigga.
How old are they?
Ain't no
20,
way.
21, 20,
ain't no
20?
way. Future.
Future has one of the
Is
Obama
dating
children.
an Obama
we didn't
child
say
that has her
we didn't
pregnant.
say dating.
There's zero.
Maybe she's dating, but I could have sworn she
there's
was.
absolutely no way that wouldn't have popped up on
Well,
my
you know,
radar.
Future got 10 baby mamas.
He got like 14 kids.
Chris ain't no way.
Barack
No,
Michelle's
it's definitely
20-year-old
not.
daughter Sasha is dating Clinton. Sasha.
Not dating no damn Future.
I could be wrong. I thought
you're
was
very
pregnant.
wrong because nigga, I would know about that.
Okay.
I think that would be like headline world news if that was happening.
Maybe I made it up. I heard something like that though.
I think it's out here.
It looks like in 2014 there was some sort of.
Okay, so it's a rumor.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also that could
Maybe
be a cover
not.
up.
That might not have been. She might have had an abortion.
That's it. Exactly. I don't trust that. At 16. Okay, so there was one source that she confirmed that she was pregnant at 16.
She confirmed.
If Future really got Obama daughter pregnant, is the next album gonna go diamond? Oh, so you heard this? Okay, so you definitely heard this.
I definitely heard it. I didn't. I mean,
last year.
I didn't look.
Okay, so it was. Here's the thing about rumors. They come from somewhere.
Where there's smoke.
Period. They
How
come from.
how do they
come
even
from
put
somewhere.
two and two together? She's
How-
got to be hanging out with him.
How else would now? Here's my thing. If you are the daughter of one of the most beloved president of our time overall, right? I think that's safe to say.
Trump is new JFK.
I'm talking about overall. Everyone loved Obama when he was president.
Well.
Okay. When he was president, not.
There's a lot of people that didn't, but I understand your point.
Okay.
As your president, Michelle.
Right. Anyway,
We have the continuity.
so you're talking about
We have the
Future,
resources.
a rapper who's known for getting women pregnant, somehow
No one forgetting.
was able
Get the albums and our hits.
to get close to the president's daughter,
Right.
and then have sex with her to get her pregnant. Like, like the security, the like presidents, they have Secret Service for life and their children for life. Right. Their family is covered for life. I don't. How the hell would Future have sex with this young girl, which this was at 16. Now this is 2022. Maybe she's older now. I don't know. So I haven't read into this. I'm just reading the headlines.
This is fake.
Well, the future, but we're just assuming it's fake. At this point.
We're assuming
we're
assuming it's fake. But how did it even get to the point where it even was a thought?
This niggas is trying to get clicks.
Okay, so
who's trying to get
don't we have to have
Future?
photos of them together at least?
Are there photos?
I don't know.
We don't know. No one's looked into this.
Because it's not real. I'm not
No,
putting
you
enough
can't
into
just
it.
assume something's not real.
That's what they want you to assume.
Yeah, okay. I assume that. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
You haven't looked into it.
But this is what. No, this is the.
It would be news.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Basically, like they're covering up if it actually
Mel,
happened.
this is what I'm trying to tell you. Let's just say it's not automatically fake news. If you combine that with the fact that we've never seen Michelle Obama pregnant, it starts to make sense. That's not her real daughter.
Right.
And now she's lashing out, which is the only way it would make sense for her to mess with him in the first place.
Right.
And for it to, like Steven said, even for it to even happen. Why would you
how would this even, like, that's just like some random girl just saying, oh, I got her pregnant. What? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I'm not Future, I'm not Michelle Obama, but there's
I think maybe she was listening to some music and it was like, you know what, we can go off this. She's a college kid.
I'm actually very surprised that you are taking this route.
I'm not. Mel has done this several times before.
Look, I personally don't care.
It's not
I can't invest the amount of concernment that you all have about it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I think it would become news. So
you think
it is
Michelle
news.
is a woman?
It is news. You
think-
just look at there's all these
I
news
don't know
reports.
if she's a woman.
You think?
But-
What do you think, Mel? You think she's a woman, right? I'm not even saying I'm more than 50% confident she's a man, but it's higher. It's 30%.
I mean, the thing
40%.
is, the more
I
you
think
say shit, more people will start to go with that narrative. And like, I'm looking at it from both sides. Like, yes, there's things that can be questioned about her being a woman, but there are some women who have features that aren't the most feminine, and they are 100% woman. You know, so I'm just going at it from that expectation.
Which obviously that could be photoshopped.
If they
right?
can't see this, who the fuck is that? I mean, it's supposed to be Michelle, but I'm saying that's Photoshop.
It's Michael.
That's Photoshop.
You can actually.
You can tell that's Photoshop.
You can actually put that picture into Photoshop and see if it's been
That's
altered.
Photoshop too.
I don't even know who that was. I just pulled that up.
You can,
How do you? So Matt, why do you assume it's Photoshop?
It doesn't. Dealing or being and working in Photoshop often for years, you can kind of tell the way it's shaded. It does not look right.
You can put that picture in Photoshop and play with the saturation and stuff and tell if it's been altered.
Like, with all this deep fake and all that stuff, it's hard for me to consider some picture with music that's on a recent TikTok. Like, oh, okay, this is
an old picture.
Oh, okay.
This is that picture. Look how young Obama is.
And you think that's Michelle?
I mean, I don't know if I think. I'm gathering information.
If I'm looking at that picture, if I'm looking at that picture, obviously that's a dude. obviously, it's a dude.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, but look, what about the original picture of that? Like, I would have to research that because that looks or maybe if that's not a doctor picture of Michelle being on that dude's face, then who is that guy? Because that's
Michael is
maybe it's her brother, her long lost brother.
No, not looking like a twin.
Yeah,
an
that's
twin.
not. I don't think that's Michelle. I think that's Photoshop.
And also you haven't looked into it.
You haven't looked into it at all. So this is your first you're hearing about it. Yeah,
it's not the first that I'm hearing about Michelle being a man. As far as this future thing, yes, but Michelle being a man, it's not my first time hearing about it.
Have you ever looked into it?
A little bit. I didn't go on a deep dive research.
You're looking into it.
So here's,
I don't care enough. It doesn't affect my life in any
It
capacity.
doesn't.
I have zero care. I'm not going to look into it. If I see a picture, If I see a picture that looks Photoshop, like, oh, that's Photoshop.
How do you? I mean, I can't. But this is
You can
this is-
tell. If
No.
you work on pictures, you can often tell.
Listen, for technology.
How about you read the comments and see what a lot of people
I don't have.
say?
First of all, I don't have TikTok, so I can't read them. So that's
create
number
an
one.
account.
I have no desire to.
So
have a
you're not
TikTok.
invested.
I'm not invested in TikTok.
Okay, if you're invested in this,
I
the
have.
fallacy of
Listen.
Michelle and being a
Listen.
man or whatever.
Listen,
If you want to believe it, go ahead.
transsexuals cannot fake skeletal structure.
Okay.
So all of this Photoshop and all of this stuff, it sounds good. It could be one, but
Did they show? Do they have like a?
it's a science. It's an accurate science.
But yeah, but have they put it out for like the people to look at her skeletal structure?
Why would they?
Yeah,
do, why would they do that?
You can. I mean, I don't know who you're talking
Right.
about, but yes, people have actually taken her pictures and measured and looked at the actual skeletal structure and have determined that it is a
just from her pictures?
yeah
just
you could-
her
yeah, you could
actual
do-
That's
yes,
literally.
you
That's
do
you can
from
do
the
that.
pictures.
There's technology that does that.
I mean, you could do it. You can
And
literally
they say that she's a man based on that.
Mel, if you have
Is that what they're saying? They're a man based on the pictures they've taken.
It's
I'm asking.
enough to
I don't-
raise a. It's
skeletal
enough to raise a
structure, yes.
question.
but obviously there's always more. It's
Did-
not. It's never just that one.
Did
piece
they
of
compare
evidence.
a woman to say, "Hey, she"?
You sound like
Has
you
something-
sound like you're more in the defense of this than the desire
I
to
have
even.
zero care. I'm asking questions. I have zero care about this subject. I do not care
Well,
at all.
the line of questioning is on the defense of it, not necessarily in being inquisitive.
I'm literally asking questions now because I don't know. I don't know. So I can only go based on what I know. I'm asking questions.
Male and female proportions are different.
Yes,
Period.
that's an obvious thing, which is why men and women shouldn't be in the same sports. Nah. But as far as this, is Michelle Obama a man? Like, I just get the narrative. Like, for people, I mean, y'all seen House of Cards, how they flip stuff and they make things out to what it isn't. They say things about Trump, that he's this, he got indicted and all this. They're doing so much to tarnish someone's image. It can happen on the same side, even if that's not a particular
Absolutely.
side that we go
Absolutely.
against. That's only the thought process that I'm thinking about, because what purpose and what meaning, what relevancy does it play in our day-to-day lives as far as her
Well, none
being
of-
a
none
man?
of that does.
I mean, the trans agenda is being pushed like crazy.
like
right
crazy. But
now. So us potentially thinking Michelle Obama is a man, it makes sense as why it would be something to look into. Now, there's going to be layers to that, but I mean,
there's women out there who aren't shaped the best, that have man features.
We're not talking about shape. We're talking proportions. I need you to understand. what
Okay,
I'm
we
saying.
have women with proportions.
No, we're talking skeletal proportions.
Where'd you see? Who came up with this skeletal?
Mel,
Come
this is
with receipts. I'm asking
It's
questions.
a well-documented.
that's not a question. That is a defense. You're asking him to
Okay,
prove
it's a
an
defense.
argument.
Okay, fine.
It's not a question.
Okay, it's not a question. We recognize that. Okay, prove it. I'm in defense now. Okay, prove it.
No, but I don't think
Okay.
anyone's trying to fight towards either side. None of us have like.
I mean, okay, you all are more on the side of her being a man, right?
I'm on the side of it. I don't know what she is. I know,
but
that,
you don't believe that she's a woman. That Michelle is what she says she is. That's what you don't believe.
I think that it's
Yeah,
questionable.
That's what we should do. What do you believe about Michelle Obama?
I don't honestly. I don't have enough information. I think that there's enough.
You're a president.
I think that there's I've seen enough information for me to question it.
So you don't believe anything. So it's nothing you really care about.
I didn't say that I did.
No.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not deeply passionate about it.
Then why the fuck we still talking about her or
because
him
it's a conversa-
or it or they or human?
Just because we're not deeply passionate about it doesn't mean that it's not a conversation. Do we have to be deeply passionate about? I mean, it's a conversation of explaining. Now you at least have some more information based upon this conversation. Whether you look into it or not doesn't matter, but it may pop up later again. You may be like, "Oh,
I'm
we
not.
talked
I
about
have
this."
not. I have no more information than I had before I started.
That's absolutely untrue.
Aside from this skeletal thing, which we're trying to figure out.
Okay, I showed you a picture. No,
Yeah,
whether
of
you
a TikTok.
whether you
that's Photoshop.
No, it's first of all, you don't know if it's Photoshop.
look at it
number
and
one.
tell it's
You can
Photoshop.
tell by that grainy ass TikTok that that picture is photoshopped.
I believe it's Photoshop.
Okay.
Based on my experience.
Okay, great. So you
Based
have
on my experience, that picture
you
looks
have
Photoshop.
so you never saw that picture before, right?
Okay.
Okay.
I've seen that
you
picture of Obama before.
Okay. Okay. You've never heard anyone say that, okay, well, Michelle Obama has proportions that are probably more of a man. You've never heard them say that. You never knew that, okay, pictures.
Which is what I'm trying to figure out.
Right,
now.
but what I'm saying is that you have more information than you did before. Yes or no?
About Michelle Obama being a man or
yes,
a woman?
Yes, or about the topic.
In the technical sense, if we're talking about this one particular topic and then you show me a video that's created, technically that's more information.
Well,
technically that's more information.
I just gave you 3 different
but
things.
It's irrelevant. It's not doing anything. It's not teaching me anything that's newer.
It's not.
What this structure of her bones? He's yet to even find anything that's talking about it.
You're asking.
I'm finding plenty.
You're asking for
trying to find something that's concise.
You're asking for her to go to a. Let me see a
Yes!
freaking. No, dude. What do you mean? Yes, if they're trying to
If you
cover it
niggas
up,
are calling someone
Nobody.
that's known to be a woman, a man, and you're talking about they can take it from the pictures
I
of
didn't say that she was a man.
skeletal structure, or I didn't say you. I said people.
Okay.
If you can go from this skeletal structure and you can figure out if she's a man or not. Oh, they can do that. Okay, where? Show me how have they done this stuff and who's researching it. Who's doing it? I don't know. And I don't give a fuck, but I'm just saying, y'all putting this information out there, and I'm saying I don't fucking believe it. And y'all saying, okay,
but you're,
so
when you say
what is the proof? That's all I'm asking
what
for.
I'm saying is
it's literally like someone coming to AHA and saying, ain't no way in hell I'm going to get healthy by fasting. Okay, here's the results that I have based on fasting that show that you'll be healthier and all this stuff. That's all I'm asking for. Peer review. Was that peer review evidence?
No.
I need peer review evidence.
What I'm saying is that you're being very close-minded about it.
No, I'm not. How am I being closed-minded about something I'm asking?
Yeah, but I'm saying is you're not
for?
even considering the information.
I am considering the information. I'm asking for fucking proof or feedback. How is this not?
But I'm saying
I may not agree or follow whatever narrative that you're trying to follow or
I'm not trying to push anything.
Then how am I not open-minded when I'm
because
asking?
I am going into the conversation with a no bias, one way or the other.
Me neither. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, no, but that's why I said when you're asking questions, your questioning is coming from a defensive side
which has been
point,
established.
which is a bias, which is saying no, that's not true. You need to prove this right. It's not.
I've never said this is not true. I've never said it's not true.
You said
you don't believe it.
I don't believe any narrative that they're pushing out there I'm looking at it from both stances as I gave the example when they were going against Trump. They paint a thing, they'll put something on someone's image to scar them or to make them look something
saying,
that
like
they're not.
the mainstream media is not saying that Michelle Obama is a man. This isn't main.
Agenda.
This is
okay. Well, I would say that y'all haven't watched the news because this is something that they've said on the news, on Fox News, which goes against obviously her party.
Yes.
They said that plenty of times. So to say it's not in the main news, that's false.
Yeah, yes, Mel. But when you say the main news, you're talking about one station.
I'm talking about media. I'm talking about a conglomerate of media, which is going to be biased to their particular views.
It's not going to be a blanket across the news media outlets.
Right.
There was a story of a lady, I can't remember her name, I think she's dead now. She said that Michelle was a tranny and I think she died, she got killed.
Yeah, there's a lady that literally a white woman.
Yeah, so that is probably where that came from as far as like it being in the news. But this is not like the trans agenda and how the news is pushing it, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a odd here or there station talking about it. Yes, I agree with you. But it's not like a mainstream narrative holistically, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, that's what Stephen was saying. Males have larger skeletal size and bone mass than females, despite comparable body size. This is a headline from the American Society for Bone and Mineral Research. And
what's that got to do with Michelle, though?
What?
What does that have to do with
Michelle? This has nothing to do with Michelle.
But I understand the difference between men and women.
The argument is that her skeletal structure is similar to a man. That's the argument. This isn't specifically about Michelle.
I got you.
Now, if you want to see the breakdown that I'm talking about, where the person actually goes into detail about a male's skeletal structure versus a female's, I could look that video up. But this is just all I'm saying with this is that there is a distinct difference between the skeletal structures. So if we can find that her skeletal structure more aligns with the male than a female, then that is a major proof. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Now, obviously, if you can X-ray her, then we'd know 100% because the pelvis is just completely different. So we would know, but we're not going to get her X-rays. So we have to do with what we have. And I think that the fact that there's so much evidence mounting against her it's not for me to just discard it. It's worth looking into.
And if we find out that she's a guy,
it changes nothing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't.
I mean,
care.
Mel, I look into a lot of things that don't directly affect my life because one of the benefits I think of having my eyesight, not this, we talking about like the third eye, we're talking about intuition, is you can see deception in other areas of life. If you see it here, then now that's like, it's almost like gaining a skill. Like you have a skill now that you didn't have before. And now you can see deception of similar kind in other areas where it may affect you. So that's why I'd be interested in things like this where it seems like it doesn't directly impact me. But also because if you look at the greater narrative, when you think about politics, there's a reason why I don't care about politics at all.
It's all
because
lies.
it's all lies, right?
It's all fucking lies.
Right? So, but because I know all politics is lies, I'm not worried about climate change. You see what I'm saying? And that directly impacts me because if I'm caring about I'm gonna move completely different. But the fact that I can see through that now, what's going on?
You're not allowed to say that word. Now he's got to bleep it.
No, he doesn't. And by the way, I was watching
Shit.
Valuetainment. I was watching Valuetainment yesterday or whatever, Saucecast. And he said the R word like 4 times. And it's on YouTube.
They have a much bigger audience and a much bigger channel than us.
That would make it
Much
worse.
no, that would give them more power and more leeway because people are watching it regardless.
I don't think so.
And trust me, anytime they still get flagged for that, they'll demonetize their videos or they'll.
Are we monetized?
Not yet.
Let it ride, baby.
No, it's not let it ride because last time they gave us struck. I mean, but yeah, it is what it is.
What we get a strike for?
We didn't get a strike. They gave us a warning. They say, "Hey, this is your first offense."
What was it? What was it for?
You were talking about the stuff that we talked about last time.
R word?
No.
The
C
C
word?
word?
Yeah, the jab.
And I actually said the full name,
Yes.
and we got a warning. Hey,
That's crazy.
bro, that is insane.
They took the video down and gave us a warning.
That's insane. I thought you was muting it all, or this was before you knew to mute.
No, I mean it just depends on the topic that we're talking about.
That's insane. Wow. You give me no feedback. Why didn't I know this?
Nigga, what are you talking about? We were literally right here. It was before the live, and we had a conversation.
You didn't tell me that the video got taken down.
Yes, I did. I said they took the video down. I had to mute it, so just be careful of what you
did
say.
that. One from Mel.
It's not a one. It happens all the time. I just don't.
well-
I don't care enough to be like, all right, I said
well,
that. I
well,
did
if
that.
you don't care
I
about-
re-
if you
I
don't care about
recommend.
your point-
I recommended that I said this, but somehow it appears.
If
I asked for this,
What the
but
What are you talking about? Oh, you're just
no, I'm just speaking in general. You know what I mean?
count your points, man.
Ain't no points.
Well, if you don't care about the
I'm
points,
always winning, baby. It was the one I got to
well,
count points for.
I mean, hey, listen.
You know what I mean? It's not a competition when you're on the same team. You feel me?
Listen, man, it's hard I don't censor myself on my channel. So it's hard for me, like, I don't understand.
No, I
don't-
understand.
maybe it's because the platform is bigger, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you got more push, more pull.
I guess. I don't know. I didn't think that mattered.
Yeah. Neither did I.
definitely
Which
don't
is
think
why I
so.
let it fly. And I didn't worry about censoring or anything like that. But, it is what it is. Now, I don't know why the hell you looking at the time, nigga. We about to wrap. Don't worry. Niggas want to.
This detox tea giving me a headache.
Okay. We're leaving now.
Drank the whole tea.
I mean, hey, man. Listen, AJ, we got some detox tea coming out, man. This is the parasite cleanse, actually.
This was the appetite suppressant.
Oh,
We about to get y'all.
this was nothing.
Well, we asked you if you wanted some tea.
When?
Are you serious?
You did not ask me anything.
Chris did.
No. Does
What?
how? No. Does Anthony have a tea?
Yes.
Does Anthony fucking live here? Is he here?
Why are you asking me?
I'm just saying, like I should have been like maybe the first one asked, but I wasn't asking anything about tea. So when
You were just asked. I
yeah,
asked
you
you before the podcast.
No, you asked me, but I should have been the first one.
So
to be
you're upset
fucking
that you weren't
asked.
the You know
No, I should have been. Y'all niggas going around, oh, tasting tea. I ain't heard shit about tea.
Do you know why?
Period.
Because you don't be doing it.
You don't.
When? Nigga, I'm the first one who took this Bobby Lee shit. I'm the one who introduced you to the nigga. I'm the one, yes. What do you mean?
No, you took the tea first?
Nigga, no, I didn't take tea.
Okay.
No. I didn't. But I introduced him first.
But you didn't get the tea though.
No, I got the tea later. Y'all got the tea first. But I got it later.
You did. And you took the whole round?
Yeah.
I could have sworn that you.
Nigga, John was here when I was taking it. I was measured like, yeah, nigga, I'm taking it. Woo. Just got my bad boy. I'm going every day.
Yeah, I could have sworn that you like made a big deal about not wanting to take the tea or not wanting to poop like that.
No, I don't.
Yeah, when we
I
were doing
don't.
the
It tastes
fiber.
nasty.
Well, we were talking about something. I think protein or something. We were talking about protein. You said it started making you poop. Like, I don't like poop like that.
Not with protein. If we're talking about hemp seeds.
I'm just talking
well,
about
that's-
your.
well, that's
I'm just
protein.
talking about your.
I poop every day, every single day, sometimes twice a day. So
but
what,
we're not talking about your regular bowel movements. We're talking about the extra ones.
nigga? Thing is, you know me, but don't assume that you know absolutely everything about what I do, what I prefer to do. No, there's a lot of things that I don't care about if I want to seek a result.
Mel, the only first of all.
Nah, nigga.
No.
Because now niggas always trying to say I don't do shit or niggas don't invite me to shit, but niggas never ever say anything to me.
Mel, that's
never.
not true.
I swear.
Mel.
I swear. Trust me. I am. When it comes to petty shit, I keep tally. I'm like, okay, this motherfucker don't even live with us, but he has tea before it's even mentioned to me.
Mel.
What?
Mel.
How is that even possible?
Do you want me to tell you how it's possible?
I don't care because it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
But I mentioned it to you today, right? When was the last time I saw you, Mel? When was the last time we sat down and talked?
Sat down and talked?
When was the last time we had a conversation?
We've talked plenty. Nigga, you've come up to my room and...
No. When was the last time?
Nigga, last time we sat down and talked? Nigga,
Yeah, do you even know when I got the teas? I got the teas the day before Anthony came over. So the reason why Anthony got the tea is because he just happened to come over that day. He just happened to come over.
Okay, where's Steven been?
Where has Steven been?
Yeah.
I just got it yesterday.
Oh, word.
But I also just had a conversation with Chris.
Oh. But
And
where have you been?
And Mel.
I was out of town.
Mel.
You was out of town.
Mel.
Where have I been?
Mel.
I've been here.
Mel.
He
Yeah,
just came up to my room
Mel.
to see if I was there.
Mel.
To see if I was alive.
Mel, can I?
Because I was so quiet.
Mel.
But all of a sudden...
I mean,
Did I have the teas then?
I don't know.
Exactly. So as soon as
it's just happenstance.
Can Mel let
That's it.
me
It's just
finish?
happenstance.
Wow, I feel like
He coincidentally comes over. Oh, we just happened to be talking. Oh, okay, that's fine.
Mel.
But in my
This
little
is
world,
insane.
in my little world,
This is insane.
in my little world, we've been this has happened. What? Anthony came on Friday.
Yes, Mel.
Nigga, it's Sunday.
And
when'd you get your tea?
Oh my God.
What's today? Sunday?
Something like
Saturday.
Yesterday?
Yesterday.
that. Yeah.
And
wait. So hold on a sec. Chris, when you got the teas? When?
I think I got the teas on Thursday.
Oh.
This Thursday?
I got all of the teas by Thursday. They came in two different packages.
because you got the teas Thursday. You started taking them immediately because you messaged me.
I got some of the teas.
Oh.
I got some. Oh my God.
What do you mean, huh? We have conversation.
Here's the thing.
We text.
See,
we text
niggas don't get messages about teas, man. Hey, you know what?
He didn't message me about the tea. He just
Application Knowledge Podcast.
no. We're finishing this. No, we're gonna finish this.
I'm going to finish what I have to say. You're not about to railroad me and then cut the podcast off. As soon as we sat down to talk, I offered you the tea. You got offered the tea today.
Chris got him Thursday. He saw Anthony first. Hey, man, I got these teas. I want you to try them. Friday. Steven came home Saturday. Me and Chris had a conversation. We need to catch up. Hey, man, I got the teas. Boom. I got the tea. So the next time he saw was you.
You got
He offered you tea.
Okay.
Your argument is that because you're special,
Yes.
you should have been the first
Yes,
one.
So the
to
tea
die.
arrived.
Be the
So
first
tea
one
arrived, and
with the
first-
fucking tea.
so the
As
first
soon as
thing-
the fucking driver gets here with the package, give me the motherfucking tea.
You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna lie, Mel. I was slightly on your side because if Chris would have had them last week, but I can't.
I don't fuck aside. I don't care. I'm looking at the observation of what happens.
Why?
And somehow I get it. Hey, we
hadn't
told
seen
you
you.
about this. Oh, okay.
He hadn't seen you.
Whatever. I don't buy that. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Well-
Have you seen him?
yes, I've seen them plenty.
Yes, in passing. We haven't spoken. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We haven't spoken since I've had them. I've seen you in passing, but we didn't even say hi. Like,
I say hi.
I
Often.
mean, Mel, you don't say hi every time.
You not every time. I said often. I
Yes.
didn't say every time.
Okay, I'm just saying. I'm
You
being-
don't have to say it. I didn't even say it. You ain't got to say what I didn't say.
I'm being clear. Listen, you are making a mountain out of a molehill.
I'm not.
Now, here's where I would give it to you. If it weren't for the fact that in my head, I know you've said you don't like pooping like that, I would have brought it to you earlier. I would have gone out of my way to bring it to you earlier. And that's what you expected. And that's the reason why I didn't. So I'll give you that.
Nigga, nobody like pooping like that. I mean, I don't mind it, but nigga,
I mean, it doesn't
we had the fucking him. You ever had hemorrhoids?
Yeah.
That shit feel like glass is coming out your ass. And so, nigga, anytime I'm consistently pooping, I get scared,
I
nigga.
know, and
I'll be like, oh shit, nigga, hold on. I'll be like, nigga, hold on, man. I don't know if I can poop right now.
and I know all of this. I know all this background. And so, yes, I didn't go out of my way to tell you. Yes. I will give you that.
Okay. Which is expected. I mean, because niggas always get left out of everything.
Wow.
Absolutely fucking everything.
Not really. We don't be doing nothing though. You
But
do
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. When you niggas do something,
but-
I'll be like, nigga, where the fuck I'm at? Niggas always get played, but I'm the one who's dramatic and why you so loud? Why you so quick? Because niggas constantly playing me. Niggas, I've been getting played forever, man. Niggas always play me, but I'm the bad guy. I'm the loud one. Niggas get played. Niggas turn to the Joker because they get played their whole fucking life.
Oh, wow. Hey man, some trauma there, man.
Some bullshit.
Now, I've cut back on the plane.
Yo,
you
right.
You have to admit
You
that.
have, yes. But that's why I was like, damn, nigga, today? Like, why you keep playing me? Like, always. But
I
it's all
only
good.
played you like once
3
today.
times. You played me 3 times.
Are you counting the one you can't remember?
He counts the petty, but he don't count the wins.
Are you counting the one you can't remember? Don't count that one because you can't remember. You just made it up.
I don't know.
I know I played you twice.
Definitely twice.
That's crazy.
Yeah, niggas always.
But you
playing
played me once out of the twice. Now you say it's in response, but I'm telling
I
you,
only
you did
respond.
not. You did not.
I don't start the war.
You be so confident.
I don't start the war, but if they won't beef, come to my front door, nigga, slaughterhouse.
Wow.
All right. So,
Don't fuck with animals.
So anyway, back to the herbs. I gotta look and see.
I mean, it's all good. I'm not tripping.
No. Oh, you shouldn't be tripping
Oh,
because
I'm
I
not.
offered them
Because
to
niggas,
you.
yeah.
Right. And so after all of this, you better take them. I'm trying to think.
Is there a particular diet that you're trying to go for
Your diet's fine.
so you can see like the most results or whatever?
Yeah, go carnivore.
Why would I do that? I don't eat flesh.
I would actually be okay with
Doesn't
you.
make sense for me to do that, would it?
Yeah, we already got Anthony doing it.
No.
I would be
No.
okay with you just doing your diet
Just do your diet.
because that's going to be closest to what we're going to be kind of promoting. I don't know what Steve's going to do. I don't know if he's going to.
Oh man, I'm on my starting back tomorrow, man. I'm on my
Back on the celery.
celery, apples.
So
You know
you're
what I'm
doing
saying?
juicing mostly, or
And I think all this weekend is pretty much all apples and dates,
okay, so that's close to the fasting.
You like dates?
nigga.
You don't like dates?
I don't like
They're too
I don't like
sweet?
their texture. It's
Really?
like- yeah.
It's the skin,
and
right?
they're a little sweet.
Man,
Is it
hey
the skin
man,
or is it the actual inside of the
I never
I don't like it. I know CB, she had me try some before, and I was just like,
I never
that
liked
and, like,
dates
eat a
until
lot.
I then understood dates, and I'm like, nah, I fuck with dates.
So you had to eat you understand and then you ate it.
Yeah. The
Well,
knowledge.
it's not about you liking them or not. They weren't in your.
Yeah, I've had them before. Like, I'll use them and put them in a sauce or something, but I never when Mel saw me, I had dates in a napkin. Like, I'm eating dates.
Like big ass raisins.
You know what I'm saying? Bro,
They're made in a similar way.
they're good for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Just like avocado, right?
I mean, yeah, but dates are completely.
But I'm just saying as far as being good for you.
Yeah, I mean,
can't do
you don't eat avocado, right? Avocado. I mean, they're good, but you don't have to. You can leave it out.
I would stuff you don't have.
I would add dates to your diet though.
But you could blend it. If you blend it in your smoothie,
Yeah,
then
you
you get
can-
rid of the
Okra.
texture.
That's what I'm thinking of as well.
You take
Okra,
you
right?
take
Okra's
two
different.
two dates, cut the pit out, just throw it in your smoothie. I would do that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty fire.
It makes it sweeter, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's
it's a
sweeter, but it's not just
It's a
not just
natural
that. It's but yes.
I like the texture of dates in a smoothie.
Oh,
I don't like them like eating them as much.
for real.
I'll eat one, but I'm not gonna eat a whole bunch.
Oh
of
nah, man. The last 2 weeks before I've been eating dates. Bro, you talk about an appetite suppressant, eat dates.
It's only dates you going on nowadays.
Okay,
Nigga.
but how?
From the person.
Yep.
Oh, from the person
Not you,
that
Chris.
doesn't.
Chris.
From the person
Chris, nigga.
that doesn't
No,
start
for
the
Chris.
war.
For Chris. I didn't say you, nigga.
So you can start with me. I don't play
You
people.
always, nigga. Hold on. First off,
You talk so definitively,
Yes, he does.
but it don't be true.
hey, you know what? I got a rebuttal. I stand corrected. Sometimes I do start the war, but it's only. Yeah, it's a lot of love. It's a lot of love. Yeah, I mean, it's there's no hate
That's
here.
crazy.
But I've been very cognizant of it because there've been a lot of people in my life, and plus that wasn't even bad.
I mean, it was a shot.
But yeah, it was a shot. But there's a lot of people that I just roast people. It's just.
You definitely just roasted me.
I mean, you from Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to roast niggas.
It's hard.
I'll be sitting here like, bro, I want to roast this nigga so bad.
But like that was a way of life for us.
Yeah.
It's the way we communicated consistently. Just
Yeah.
roast like, oh, nigga, I know he ain't wearing. We just did that.
I just roasted your socks.
Yes.
I mean, even though it was a light roast.
Yeah.
It was a light.
See, look, I called strays for nothing.
I mean,
we communicate and let niggas have it.
Yeah.
Like we always do that. So personally, it is hard
Yeah,
to like
it's hard.
bring it back.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, because I always be wanna. I don't mind doing that, but some niggas be getting offended over that.
Nah, man.
well, like I said, man, it's our culture, so for us it's different. Other people weren't raised that way. Like you had to
That's the only
learn.
dates you going on. Huh? That nigga, that hurt. I was just talking about, I'm sorry. Fucked up. That was good, though.
I mean, it is what it is, man. You know. All right, we can wrap the podcast. Hey, this is gonna be considered bonus footage, nigga. I'm not sure if I ain't sure the audience supposed to be seeing this right now, but all right. If y'all made it this far, subscribe, like the video, and all that. Y'all should have done it already. Appreciate y'all rocking out with us. Everyone who rocking out with us, salute to y'all. We're growing steadily growing. Chris, James, Steven, Michael, I am Animated Mel. We will see you beautiful people next time. Peace and love.
Peace.